Let us keep politics aside. Let us keep tribe, sentiment, religion aside. Let's begin to x-ray the current administration of Tinubu's government. Let's put it in perspective.
Maximum Impact Global TV.
In the areas of hunger, in the areas of unemployment, in the areas of hardship and even insecurity, will you say that this government has done well between 2023 and now 2026? What is going to be your scorecard? What should be the accurate scorecard? Not based on politicking, not based on partisan politics, not based on just criticism. Can you actually x-ray? Can we actually x-ray the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the impact on the people, the impact it is having on the citizens? What impact? All right, let's look at it from this way. According to the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, the statistics projects that about 34.8 million Nigerians are projected this year to face acute insecurity this year, 2026, and it is shown everywhere. Now, 5.4 million children in Nigeria also projected to suffer from acute malnutrition. 5.4 million people to face acute malnutrition in our country today. Now, it is also shown that 93% proportion of Nigerian unemployment that remain informal since 2024. So we find out that Nigeria's unemployment has not changed. In fact, there is just a significant slight increase according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Still talking about security. Over 10,217 deaths has been recorded according to Amnesty International in the last 2 years. Over 10,217. And if Amnesty International is recording 10,217, just know that it is more than 100,000. Just know it's more than 50,000. These are figures based on what could be assessed, what is reported, what is informed. Go back to the markets and truly begin to assess the market between 2023 and now. Yes, I will agree with you that between 2023 and 2024, that the price of food so skyrocketed, but between 25 and 26, we have had slight reduction. But does this actually mean that the government is doing well? No. For example, the economy of Nigeria has not gotten to status quo. That is how it was in 2023. Now, this government will be rated to be doing well if, for example, the state of the economy, the availability of food, job creation is better than it met it in 2023. As long as it is not better off than it was in 2023, we don't need any sentiment. We don't need to be bribed to know that the government has not performed well. Now, I have this candid advice to those in power. My advice to the incumbent, well, you have the right to go for second tenure. Yes, it is your right, constitutional right, to stand for election again in 2023. But in 2027, I mean to say, but listen carefully, you stand to fail if there are no proof that this government is working. Forget about sentiment now. You're already failing. If the election is to be held today, this government is going to fail. Of course, we know about the power of inducement, rigging, and all kinds of manipulation. But put manipulation aside. Face the reality. Will Nigerians ask this government to continue through their vote? Will Nigerians actually ask President Ahmed Bola Tinubu continue? Will they rate you successful in economy, in health, or in security? In which area will this government be appraised? The appraisal will be high enough to ask for continuity. Absolutely, there is none. And that's why I call on this government, change and bring democracy, bring governance to the people. We still have a long way to go. And I say, if you know you cannot handle this, hand over. Recommend persons that can handle them. You must not die on the seat. You must not remain on the seat. And that is why the Westerners, the Europeans are better than us. How many prime ministers have stepped aside in United Kingdom? Once it is provable that there's deficiency, voluntarily, the prime ministers will have to step aside. In Nigeria, no, the person must die on the seat or kill every other person to remain on the seat. And so when are we going to get things right? For sycophants, those who surround Mr. President and fail to tell Mr. President the truth, you share in the damages, in the consequences of bad governance, because sometimes, because you don't tell Mr. President the truth, you are actually liable and responsible for what the people are facing. Can we all get back to the drawing board, putting aside party, putting aside religion, putting aside tribe to move Nigeria forward? We can succeed.